Hey again, it's Peter from Piston Ported, and welcome back to part 2 of the Crimaz 5-speed gearbox installation. For today's video, we are going to focus primarily on just removing the bodywork and removing the chain case cover for people who haven't done that before. Subsequent videos will focus primarily just on the steps that go along with removing the clutch and the gearbox and things of that nature, and then we'll finally get to installing the gearbox later on. So thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so here we are. Here is the scooter that we're going to be putting the 5-speed gearbox in. It's a VJ Super Mark 1 from the home market in India. Original paint. As you can see, it still has the hand-painted license plate number on the leg shield for Uttar Pradesh, which is actually the same county or region where SIL is located. So that's very cool to know. The first thing that we're actually going to do here is we're going to drain the rear oil. We're going to drain the oil out of the crankcase. We're going to start that process, so hopefully by the time that I actually access or pull off the chain case cover, most of that's going to be out of our way. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove these two screws here, one on each side, and then we'll be able to draw up the bridge piece. And then on the rear runner, once that bolts out, this bolt back here, right here, is actually attached to the runner. There's another bolt here on the front plastic strip, and then this one in the middle actually doesn't attach to the center or to the the frame, so we won't need to touch this one at all. But we'll go ahead and remove this one. We'll actually loosen this one up so that we can get this out of the way, and hopefully not. Once you try to pull the board out, it tends to want to crack these off. So I always end up loosening this one just to make it a little bit easier. On the back here, we're going to go ahead and remove the the one holding it to the strut, or the dog leg, if you will. And we'll actually remove the dog leg too, because we're going to install this gearbox while the engine is in the scooter. And then once we have the dog leg out of the way, we can go ahead and pull off the rear the exhaust. Hopefully the gearbox oil will be drained by that point, and then we can loosen all the bolts around the chain case and get inside there. So, all right, and then one of the things I'm going to show you here, a couple of quick tips, is that you can see I just removed only the one bolt. I'm going to leave the other side in because, quick and dirty, you do this enough times, you start learning the tricks. You take these bolts out here and here on the strips, and then that'll allow you to just kind of like lift them out. These flex enough usually that you can just set them like this, on top of the hole, so they're kind of clear and out of the way. You can also do it on the back here, when the dog leg's in place. You can pull this up, and that'll allow you to have the the movement that you can just kind of lift it and then pull it out, and then you can see underneath that I didn't even take that one out because there's no reason to, because it's actually not attached to the frame leg whatsoever. So yeah, that's that. And then now we're gonna go ahead and as you can see, the oil is draining, and now we're gonna go ahead and pull the exhaust off. So all right, so we got the rear floorboard off, we got the rear dog leg off, and now we need to remove the exhaust. This particular scooter, we are using an MB BGM, Ancelotti exhaust, and as you can see, it has two bolts there on the top, and then there's also going to be one bolt way on the bottom, and this is only relevant to later Series 3 and GP engines, but they have a little bolt that goes on the bottom there to hold it in place. And then there's also a bolt right there on the rear. We're going to need to remove all of those, and then at that point we will be able to pivot the exhaust out of the way so that we can remove the chain case. Now the next thing we're going to do here is we're actually going to remove all of the bolts surrounding the chain case cover on my dirty ass engine. And at that point, we'll actually be able to access the inside of the engine, and I'll show you a nice trick on how to remove the chain case cover without having to bang on it with a hammer or anything like that. Alright, so I got all the bolts out all the way around the wheel here, and the chain case cover, if you will. And now I just need to get the chain case cover off, and I thought I'd just show you a quick trick as to how to do it when the engine is still in the scooter. What I like to do is I'll just go up here and I'll grab myself a handful of clutch, and if you look here, you pull it, and that's it. It just broke loose the chain case, just like that. So you can see, yep, there it is, easy enough. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and get this off of here. I'll see if I can do it one-handed here. Yep, and there's that, and that's the inside of my engine. And that's it for today's video. Join us next time where we show you how to remove the front sprocket and clutch. Thanks for joining us.